Hello to all of you from the new part of the Daily Map report prepared by the Pioneer team. In a moment, we will discuss the developments of the last days of the Russia-Ukraine war. As a matter of fact, the Ukrainian army's counterattack has slowed down. At the same time, there is a major slowdown in the operations of the Russian troops. Of course, the most important reasons for this is the preparation for the upcoming winter conditions. The mud season in the Ukrainian climate is approaching. In Ukraine, there is a period called the mud season. During this period, heavy rains occur in the Ukraine and many areas become muddy and swampy. This is a major obstacle for the advances of the infantry units and armored vehicles. Therefore, the two armies are currently preparing for this process. What is in the Daily Map reports, where we will analyze the latest reports? Let's take a look at the developments together. Pioneer continues to bring the Russia-Ukraine war to your screen with the Daily Map reports and the reports on the agenda. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so as not to miss our report. You can also support me and my team by liking and commenting on our videos. Let's start if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. Let's start with Robotyne sector of the Zaporizhia front line. Yes, that is. Here, as you may recall, there was a situation in which Ukrainian troops had an advantage. The Ukrainian army maintains an advantage in the area. Robotyne is surrendered from the east. We can even say that it is largely under the control of the Ukrainian army. Fighting in the region continues on the southern outskirts of Robotyne. Ukrainian infantry units have almost cleared the last Russian positions on the southern outskirts of Robotyne. There is a very heavy artillery attacks on these positions. Ukrainian artillery units are targeting Russian positions south of Robotyne. At the same time, Ukrainian infantry units are carrying out operations against these positions. However, these operations are much weaker than the artillery strikes. According to the latest reports, Russian troops were forced to retreat in the direction of Romanivsky-Chertovat. There is an intense pressure from the Ukrainian troops in the area. There are also new developments in the Novopokrovka direction. Here, Ukrainian troops made a tactical retreat. After completing their operations, Ukrainian troops mobilized again. The areas captured by the Russian troops are under the control of the Ukrainian army again. In the Verbov region, as you know, Ukrainian troops had overcome the Dragon's Teeth, the first line of the defense of the Russian army. Ukrainian armored vehicles and tanks had entered these areas in the Dragon Teeth. According to the latest reports, Ukrainian forces had expanded attacks in the direction of Verbov. According to local sources, Ukrainian troops have reached houses in the outskirts of Verbov. There is only a short distance left in the settlements. Ukrainian troops are endeavoring to ensure security in the region. After the security is ensured, Ukrainian troops will attack again and attack Verbov in order to fully capture it. In the Kopani region, we see Ukrainian troops approaching settlements step by step. According to the latest reports, the Ukrainian armed forces, which carried out attacks on the region, captured new positions in the direction of Kopani. Here, the Russian army has a network of trenches. These trenches networks is one of the most important defense lines of the Russian army in this region. The Ukrainian army has almost overcome this trench network. There is a high probability that the region will be under the control of the Ukrainian troops in the coming days. Here we see that the duel between artillery units of both armies continues. According to the latest reports, Russian artillery units stationed in the region are hitting Ukrainian troops in the direction of Mala Tokmakchka. On the other hand, Ukrainian artillery units hit Russian troops stations in Inchenko, Kopani, Novoprokopivka and Novopokrovka directions during the day. I would like to continue our report with the latest developments on the Wuhldar sector of the Zaporizhia front line. We have mentioned there has been a calm in this area in recent days. As you know, Ukrainian troops were making a tactical withdrawal in the region. This tactical withdrawal, according to the latest reports, Russian troops have seized the initiative. However, we cannot say that this is valid, because Russian troops took this initiative with the permission of the Ukrainian army. The Ukrainian army here tactically allowed the Russian troops to seize the initiative. In this way, Russian troops will go on the offensive, thinking that they are in an advantageous situation. We can see that this is kind of a diversion. The capacity of the Russian troops to carry out an offensive has greatly decreased. Therefore, it is unlikely to establish any dominance in the region. The Ukrainian troops aim to make themselves to look weak so that the Russian army can attack Ukrainian positions. In this way, Russian troops with low potential will be easily destroyed by the Ukrainian troops. In this way, Russian troops with low potential will be easily destroyed by the Ukrainian troops. We are witnessing artillery dueling in this area. According to the latest reports, Russian artillery struck Ukrainian positions in Stromayorsk and Yorkhain. In turn, Ukrainian artillery hit Russian positions in Priyodny, Zavidny-Bajania, Starmelinka, Novodonetsk and Novomyrsk. I would like to continue our report from the Donetsk front line. The traditional situation continued today. Russian troops carried out some attacks in the direction of Mariinka. However, as you can imagine, they failed to achieve any results. Ukrainian defense forces managed to repel the Russian attacks. In the Krasnohorivka region, we see that Russian troops are carrying out new offensive actions. Troops of the Russian armored forces carried out an operation in this region with artillery support. However, the Ukrainian defense forces in this region also managed to repel this attack of the Russian troops. Ukrainian artillery units are more active here than Russian artillery units. According to the latest reports, Ukrainian artillery units targeted Russian troops in the Donetsk. Let's continue our report by looking at the latest situation on the Bakhmut front line. As you know, Ukrainian army has seized the initiative south of Bakhmut city center. Areas such as Klishivka and Andriivka are under the control of the Ukrainian army. Kurdomoivka and Ozaryanivka are also under Ukrainian control, if not completely. Russian army is attacking to recapture this initiative. However, so far they have not achieved any results. Ukrainian defense forces managed to repel Russian troops from all positions south of Bakhmut. We have already mentioned this in our previous reports. The focus of the fighting in the region is gradually shifting north of Bakhmut. According to the latest reports, clashes have started around Berkhivka. Russian troops are attacking for the hills south of Berkhivka. However, no results have been achieved so far. There was also an attempt by Russian troops to advance from Orekhovo-Vazilivka to Gorigorovka. However, Ukrainian troops managed to repel these attacks as well. We see that Ukrainian troops are relatively calmer and Russian troops are more aggressive. What do you think? Do you think Ukrainian troops will continue to advance on the Zaporizhia front line? Do you expect Ukrainian troops to go on the offensive on the Donetsk front line? How do you think the process around Bakhmut will be shaped? Will Bakhmut fall under control of the Ukrainian army? Mention it in the comments. I'm reading and caring about all your comments.